Welcome to another episode of the Headlight Restoration Pro. On this episode, I'll be showing you a virtual gold mine for headlight restoration and restoration in general. Check it out.
This car is not from the motor pool.
No, it's not. Sexy though, isn't it?
So where's the office back at Division?
You in the office, baby. Going up.
Let's get down to business. Okay, if you haven't figured it out yet, I'm in a place that every town has at least one of them, okay? Or one nearby, okay? This particular one is probably one of about 20 in my town. In this one street that I'm on, it's a main street, a very long street, but this area is pretty much like the Wrecking Central or Wrecking Auto Mall or whatever. There's about 15 of them here. And across town, there's like another 10 or 12. And then other side of town, there's like another 3 or 4. This is a car graveyard, otherwise known as a auto dismantler or auto wreckers. Okay, they have things where you can just come and pick and pull things from the vehicle like this, and it is a gold mine. If you guys are trying to practice and don't know how to get your skills up, if you've always seen me doing practice or doing experiments on my videos and talking about it or whatever, this is where the lights come from. Why is because a light like this that I'm showing you right here is going to be brand new. It's probably going to be $300 or something, if not more. Out the box. But what does a brand new light do for you? It does shit. It does nothing unless you strip it down, the surface off, and then practice some things from there. But predominantly, you're going to need some, headlights that have been roughed up, messed up, ugly, whatever, whatnot. And I tell you what, all of them here are in that shape. It's very rare if you find a crispy, clean, brand new headlight in a dismantler or a pick and pull auto type place. I'm actually here for a different reason, but I do come here to, get, test subjects or, headlights and other things here to experiment on and practice my craft on. As you know, I do more than just headlight restoration, but as far as headlights, just look down this road, like, holy shit. And half of them have no engine in the bay, which means they're really easy to remove. And even like a quarter of that or a quarter of them, have, the light just hanging on there, by a nut, by a bolt, or whatnot. And if you don't have the tools, there's always guys walking around and doing stuff here. Like next to this car right now, there's a guy and a woman, and they're stripping stuff off of a car, and they have tons of tools. So, if can you take this off for me? You shoot them like $5, $10 or something, they'll take it out. Back to the pricing though, okay? This car right here, that's kind of what I'm here for. That's my car. I have a window malfunction, and the part is like $300, $400, and I can take it off of here and pay $20 for it. That's the guy right there that was doing the work of the other car. But anyways, the light itself, these lights are gonna go, through a record like this for $20, $40, $30, around there. Really cheap, to get, practice lights, whatnot. There's other ways too. You can get on Facebook Marketplace. And I think Facebook Marketplace is pretty much in every town, and there's usually somebody saying, I got these old lights, I took out my car because they replaced them, they didn't know about headlight restoration, or they didn't want to do it, and they're usually selling for cheap. But as I said, I do other things here. Check this out here. What is that? You got scratch removal practice right there. You can just make your own scratches in any kind of degree or how difficult you want to make, and kind of see where you play at if you want to add a little something into your repertoire. You can literally buy painted bumpers or the doors or the hoods or whatever for fairly cheap. That's how I began, and that's how I practice. I've had doors before, I've had panels, and I just buy them and I do stuff to them, and or they already have stuff done to them, and I practice and I try things, and I try experimentation on different things. But these lights, you can just see they're just hanging here. They're just sitting here. You can just, all the lights and all the practice you can see, as far as the eye can see. There's probably about 1,000 cars here. There's like maybe 70, 80 rows of, each row has a couple splits, as you see here, divide. But this row that I'm in right now is number 48 of like 80. And it's just huge. It just goes all the way around. It's probably about 6-7 acres of vehicles. Now you got tail lights, you got headlights, you got any kind of thing you can think of. You got door panels, you got any kind of thing you can think of that you want to practice on here. Anything concerning a vehicle, all right? It's a fucking gold mine. It's a virtual gold mine. If you're a beginner, this is where you should be starting. Before I even touched, any other car but myself or my own car, I, came to a place like this and I got, headlights from here. Check this out right here. Look at that. That's a perfect scratch removal. That's what's called a transfer scratch. It's mostly paint that's been removed. That's going to be your most basic scratch removal right there. And a lot of people need it because that's just not going to come off with a buffer or nothing like that. It's not going to come off with a wash, so they don't know how to get it off. And they can't. They have to have a professional. But anyways, I started in these places like this, snatching headlights and trying things and practicing and putting them out in my backyard. And I still have some in the backyard right now. I think right now the main one I have out there is from my vapor testing, just getting sun in the most sunniest part in my backyard from this video here, the vapor testing. But as you see, it's unlimited headlights that need headlight restoration. And here's the thing, you can bring a tool bag in and stuff like that. Most places don't sweat you because they're not tripping off like if somebody tries to take a nut or a bolt or this and that. It's kind of an honor system. If you get caught fucking around, they're gonna, kick you out or whatever. You're not gonna be able to come back. But you could bring tools. You see that one right there? It's just sitting there. You can just pull it off. You can bring tools or whatever in there, a tool bag, rolling cart, whatever, and you can literally sit down and do headlight restoration on one of these lights. They're not going to say shit to you. They don't care. They're not even really going to know what you're doing. You can sit there and do it all day. Right now, it's extremely hot. It's about 102 degrees right here, and I wouldn't be here at this time if I didn't need this part for my door. My window wouldn't roll up, so I needed a master control switch for my window. Pretty handy, and mechanics were quoting me $800 to fix it, and stuff like that, and the part was like $300, and the only place that had it was the dealership, and it was like $300 something, and I was like, I'm not paying for that little ass piece of part, right? And then I didn't want to get a shitty part from Amazon, so I went and got called around and found this dismantler had 2 vehicles here that are similar to mine. They're actually a year or 2 younger than mine, like this one, but the parts are the same for the past 5 years of these vehicles. This is the vehicle right here where I'm getting it out of. It's an Acura TL 2012. Mine's a 13, so it'll fit. But it's a gold mine for anybody who has a car and needs little things like center consoles or whatever. But nevertheless, let's get focused. Let's focus up. You see all these panels and all these colors and all these things. You can always come here and do any kind of testing you want. They don't give a shit. All right. Or you can take, you can take a door off and take it home. I mean, you could probably buy a door for like, I don't know, $50, $80, something like that. And then you have unlimited, hanging on your garage, door, hanging on your garage wall or whatever. You can, do whatever you want to. Look at that bumper right there. You don't even need a tool half the times. Sometimes when I come here, I have my own tools, but sometimes I'll just leave them and I'll just go in with the idea of them just pulling off lights that just come off, that are just hanging there or that are already off, and find what I get, and I take it home, and that's part of my stash. And then some lights I just get tired of and I throw them away. I throw them in the garbage, or I clean them up, and post them for free, or even sometimes when I have some really good good condition lights. This is another side hustle you guys can do, which I provide too. Sometimes people are like, oh man, these lights, I tell them, hey, these lights are no good. They're no good. There's water in them. They're cracked, through and through. There's a big ass crack. I can't fix those. Those are the only times I tell people that I can't do anything, because I'm not gonna take advantage of somebody and act like I fixed their light and the shit's still fucked up just to get paid. I don't get down like that. But anyways, like I said, you could take this door off with 2 bolts right here and take this home, and you got all kind of training and practicing on that door, as far as scratch removal, as far as if you want to practice ceramic coating, polish, buffing, and wax, or this and that. If you have an ideal about something, you can always practice on this, because it's cheaper and easier to practice on this stuff than on somebody else's vehicle. And if you fuck up on their vehicle, it gets a little expensive, right? But anyhow, those people with those lights that are unrepairable, I tell them, hey, I can go see if I can find some at the wrecking yard, and if I do, I replace them, and it's just a quick trip. Just walk in, hey, you got this, or call around, you got this, and they do have that car, and I come there, boom, those 2 lights right there, take them out, refurbish them. They look brand fucking new. Look at this light right here. Oh, my Honda Pilot light is cracked. It is cracked in half, can't be fixed. Oh man, it costs this much. It costs $300, $400, and it's $180 of labor. I'll be like, hey, I got it. I'll do it for this much. I'll go here, I'll get them, make them look brand new, and put them in their OEM on top of that. Wow. Okay, so that's another hustle you can do as well. If I had the time or a team, I would take all these lights and restore them and sell them online. But I don't quite have the time for that. It's just me. But anyways, look at this. It's just a gold mine. It's just endless cars of parts and pieces. And I'm sure it's a gold mine in other aspects. But as far as headlight restoration and getting your skills up and practicing, it can be a better place. It's like Disneyland every time I come here, and I find stuff that I can use and I can practice, and do little ideas that I'm thinking of, and stuff like that. So whenever you see a video that I'm making and I pull out a light, or I pull out a light, whatever, and it's just like, where'd you get these lights from? This is predominantly where I'm getting the lights from. Every once in a while, like I said, Facebook Marketplace is a good one, but it's very limited. It's very hit or miss if you'll find somebody selling something that you want, or a light that you would want to work on or whatever. They even sell cars here like this. These are cars for sale, whatever. Very interesting. But get your skills up, get your practice up, and don't forget, this is a virtual gold mine.
Subscribe.
This car is not from the motor pool.
No, it's not. Sexy though, isn't it?
So where's the office, back at division?
You in the office, baby. Going out.